Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today we're going to continue with Sarah Bombranick's Simple Abundance, 365 Days to a Balanced and Joyful Life. February 3rd. The world is too much with us. The world is too much with us, the English romantic poet William Wordsworth complained in 1807. Getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. 200 years later, many women, including me, would agree with him. We are worn to a raveling, chronically exhausted from the getting. The amount of time, creative energy, and emotion spent juggling the demands of work and home. And this week, with the arrival of the holiday credit card bills, it seems as if we're paying our festive spending until summer. However, despite all the doom and gloom that constantly assault our senses, there is a way for us to ransom our lives and reclaim our futures. It consists in turning away from the world in order to recognize what in life makes us truly happy. For each of us, this will be different. But once we obtain this crucial inner knowledge, we will possess the ability to transform our outer world. You can live a lifetime and, at the end of it, know more about other people than you know about yourself, the pioneering aviatrix, racehorse trainer, adventuress, and author Beryl Markham confessed in her stunning memoir, West with the Night. Even though she was the first person to fly a solo nonstop across the Atlantic Ocean from east to west in 1936, Markham didn't give herself much credit for her astonishing achievement. What about you? Do you rack up savvy accomplishments without acknowledging your wins as you pursue the next triumph? I know a woman like that. You might too. She gives her personal best to everything and everyone from the moment she rolls out of bed each morning, but her self-confidence never registers any of her remarkable feats, and then she continually wonders why she feels so unfulfilled. I don't suppose anyone's called you self-centered recently. Why would they? Most women, like ourselves, recoil from the thought of personal descriptions that even include the word self, which is too bad, because this self-effacing and self-defeating modesty eliminates a lot of flattering adjectives, self-poised, self-assured, self-accomplished, all traits that we marvel at in other women. So why do we self-consciously shrink from self-admiration? Probably because ever since our hands were slapped, as we reached for the last cookie on the plate all those years ago, we viewed satisfying our own needs, desires, and wanderlust as selfish. But now that you're all grown up and ready to rediscover how amazing you are, it's time to realize that the cheeks that once burned with embarrassment can now radiate with the vibrant glow of a self-possessed woman. Today, I'm going to ask you to deliberately turn away from the world. Deep breath here, but only for a week. Shun the glossy magazines, websites, and media outlets. Wean yourself from the opinions of others, however talented, creative, and celebrated they may be, including your favorite blogs or Instagram influencers. There's a fine line between those becoming corrosive intravenous strips and their being sources of renewal and inspiration. Here's a provocative thought worth pondering. Why are social media posts called feeds when all they often do is starve our souls? Ask yourself this every time you're tempted to look, and trust me, you will be. Instead, for the next week, be willing to absorb the shock that comes after you realize that many of your preferences and opinions aren't really your own. By osmosis, you've unconsciously adopted other people's points of view. Begin to listen for the whispers of your authentic self. What do you really want to be doing? The next choice you make, step you take, task or urge you follow may come from something as simple as clearing your desk to find that buried adult extension course brochure. Weren't you interested in botanical drawing or discovering more about French Art Deco design? Sign me up with you. Learning something new every week is such a glorious gift. Starting in this New Year's, we're going to play that game. Why, we've already started. For only when the clamor of the outside world is silenced will you be able to hear the deeper vibration. Listen carefully. Spirits playing your song. another great reminder from this book. We have a tendency to really just not really take care of ourselves, and it's kind of sad. I actually did something yesterday that I've been putting off for months. I went to the doctor and had my feet looked at because they've been giving me pain for months. And whenever I would think about taking time off to go to the doctor, I would think to myself, I have other things I need to do. I have to do things for other people. I have jobs that are due. I have gigs that I have to do. I have, things that I have to do for other people. And I just kept putting myself last. And I really just can't keep doing that anymore. And so I went yesterday and, went to a podiatrist because my feet were killing me, and I need my feet to walk around, and it was getting really, really hard. Like, I went on a hike on Saturday for 9.5 miles, and yesterday was Tuesday. So 4 days later, my feet were still killing me, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So I finally went, and, he told me to take some time off, and I felt bad telling my friend that I needed to take time off because, I made a commitment to her, and the perfectionist in me wants to keep the commitment. But I need to understand that sometimes I need to make better commitments to myself than I do to other people. And that self-care isn't selfish, and taking time for myself and finding out what I truly enjoy and what I really want is what's more important. So until tomorrow, I hope you all have an amazing and blessed day.